Bible, it tells us about a widow who had nothing left, only a small jar of oil and overwhelming debt. Her situation seemed so final, but the prophet Elisha told her something unexpected. Go and collect as many empty vessels as you can from your neighbors. Not a few, not enough, as many as possible. Then he said, shut the door and begin to pour. And something remarkable happens. The oil only stops when the last vessel is filled. Not before, not randomly, not because the source ran dry in itself, but because the capacity for receiving had ended. And that makes me think about something deeper than provision. It makes me think about preparation because there's a principle hidden in this story that many people overlook. The flow does not fail, the capacity does. Or put differently, what you're ready to receive determines what you're able to hold. And I think this is where many people feel a tension in life. They pray for change, they pray for opportunity, they pray for breakthrough, they pray for healing, expansion, restoration, but internally nothing has changed in how they are structured to hold it. Because if the vessel is not ready, the blessing has nowhere to settle. And this really isn't about worthiness, it's about capacity. Psychologically, we often assume desire is enough, but desire without structure becomes frustration. We want more peace, but we live in chaos. We want more clarity, but we live with no mental space. We want more opportunity, but our habits are not aligned to sustain it. We want expansion, but our life is still built for survival. So we end up asking for overflow while living in a container that is full of disorder, exhaustion, and misalignment. And this is why preparation matters. Not just spiritual preparation, but emotional, mental, and practical preparation. Because readiness is not passive, it is built through routines that stabilize you, through boundaries that protect you, through habits that create internal space, through structures that allow something greater than your current self to actually stay in your life. And I think this is what the story quietly teaches. The miracle was not from a random abundance, it was matched to capacity. Every vessel brought into that room became a limit and also a possibility. And maybe life works the same way. Maybe what we call delayed blessings are just sometimes delayed readiness on our part. Not because life is withholding from us or God is withholding from us, but because we are still becoming the kind of container that can hold what we are asking for. So the question is not what am I praying for, but also what am I becoming able to hold? Because when the vessel is ready, what flows into it does not need to be forced, it simply continues. And until there is no space left to receive.